Welcome back to Ghetto Phone Filming again. Apologies for the light sources, I'm kind of in a hallway here. There's nowhere to film properly, so we'll just make do. We've had a little bit of luck. So, I found a guy selling some Laserdiscs about 35 minutes away. Somewhere called Bognor Regis, the home of Butlins, which is the UK South Coast's answer to Disneyland. So we didn't really know what we were getting. The guy posted the collection of 40 discs, approximately. And showed a few pics of what was included, a couple of which piqued my interest. There's a few things that are interesting about this collection, mainly when they're from. So, went down to see this guy, and he was nice as pie. He was really cool. He must have been about the same age as me. I'm 38. He can't have been any older than 41 or 2. Maybe he was even the same age as me. So, it leads me to believe, well, these are all his own discs. He didn't inherit them. He was buying these new when they came out. I had to ask him where from. He said he mainly bought them in MVC, which used to be a popular chain of video game and movie stores in the UK. They might have even had an online business as well, but yeah, they used to sell Laserdisc PAL ones anyway. So there's some PAL in here, some NTSC. The NTSC ones, he says, come from a shop in Worthing. Just like an indie shop, wasn't a chain. We used to buy them, but it's really condensed. Without fail, I say without fail, 95% of these discs were at least released in 1997 or 98. So not the movies in particular came out then, although actually most of them are from that period. The discs, at least, or the versions, were released in 97, 98. So it shows you when this guy was buying them. Saying he is my age, he'd been buying them when he was 17, 18, at the oldest, 20. He said his player had packed up, and then his player had packed up, and he just bought a DVD player. And that was it. So he loved the discs. They are absolutely pristine. The condition is amazing. All sleeve. They look like they've been untouched in absolutely ages, which is brilliant. And they smell great. It's great. They literally smell great. They collectively smell like cinnamon. So I don't know what the fuck's been going on, but it feels like Christmas. Now, these films are not the greatest, let's say. There are some absolute crackers in here. If we can focus a little bit. There are some crackers in here, but it's a real sort of cross-section of 1997 and 1998 of the sort of movies that were being released then. They're all Hollywood blockbusters for the most part. For better or worse, right? So you get disaster movies, really low rent science fiction movies, but some good stuff as well. Where they're all 97, 98, they're pretty much all Dolby Digital discs. There's a couple of smatterings of PAL, which obviously don't have Dolby Digital at all. Maybe the odd one in Germany, maybe or Europe, but no, they're all mainly NTSC, bar a few. So yeah, being from that period, well, you'll see. You'll see. Let's just go through. What I'm going to do first, I'm going to show the ones that they're actually doubles that I picked up. I might not keep all of them, probably most, but these ones are probably going to go because we've got them already. But nice to see them anyway. Well, Tom Cruise, Mission Impossible. This is a PAL Jurassic Park, The Lost World. So you don't get more plain Jane. Yeah, these are very plain Jane Laserdisc land. But, you know, what are you going to do? They're in such beautiful shape, I couldn't pass them up. A PAL Independence Day. It's got the NTSC version, so this one's be for the chopping board. This is one of the ones I actually saw on the listing and thought, right, we're going to go and buy the listing, whatever. Japanese Phantom Menace. Only released in Japan, actually. In fantastic shape. Absolutely fantastic. Sorry for the poor quality lighting. You're used to this shit, so whatever. So yeah, beautiful. I had to go and get that, really. Already got one of those. We've already got this on DTS. This is the Dolby Digital release of Spawn. No Laserdisc collection, complete without 5 copies of Speed. And also, can't get away from it, Twister. And also, I mean, this must have been a big seller in the UK as far as Laserdiscs go. Because I've got this on PAL as well. And you see it all the time. Jurassic Park. It's actually very nice. It's actually very nice. The picture quality is brilliant. Sounds good. But, you know, very common. So, these are the ones that we haven't got. Or at least we haven't got this version of. We'll probably keep most of these. We'll see. Now, I understand this might be a bit of a rotter, and at the beginning, after the first couple of minutes, I did actually watch some of it this afternoon just to check that it works alright and wasn't ruined. But it seems okay, actually, apart from the first couple of minutes. Deluxe widescreen presentation of The Fifth Element. Very nice. A movie, frankly, I can't stand. I don't mind the songs from the sequel, but yeah, the 20th anniversary widescreen edition of Grease. Oh, fuck me. Went round a friend's house. Must have been about... We were at school together at the time, so it must have been 1987 or 8. And I remember putting on Grease for the duration and just thinking... This sucks fucking arse. And I've hated it ever since. This was a nice one. So, AC3 version. We've actually got the sequel to this in exactly the same release set, I suppose. So, it looked like a good pair. Poltergeist. Nice version. I've never actually seen this next one. Did this ever actually have a theatrical release? I don't know. From Dusk Till Dawn 2? No idea. Very of its time. Yeah, this is nice. There's actually a couple of horror movies in here of their time. Maybe not the best, but a lot of people like it, and I don't mind. Scream. This was another jewel that I was pretty excited by. I don't have any in the Signature collection. In my collection too. So I thought, yeah, what a beaut. I knew this was in here, so again, one of the main reasons we went was George Lucas' American Graffiti. Sorry for the phone reflections. Signature edition. There's old Giorgio Lucas again, himself. Pretty cool. One I've got rid of in the past, and now, unfortunately, I've got it back. Men in Black. Class. You see this with a couple of the movies in here. Running theme in the late 90s of like movies in parallel. So there was Dante's Peak. There was also Volcano. Another one I've got rid of and it's come back to haunt me. Titanic. There we go, one of my faves. I love Nick Cage. I fucking love him. And here we go. Face Off. John Travolta. Very nice version there. Don't know about this. I don't think I've ever seen this all the way through. Dennis Quaid. David Thewlis, he's cool. And Sean Connery as well. You Will Believe in a Dragonheart. PAL version there. Now, big Arnie fan. Not one of my favourite Arnie movies. I think people seem to love this. I've never been a big fan. It's enjoyable though. True Lies. Now, watch this morning. I said this morning. Fuck's sake. I finished watching about 10 minutes ago and it's evening. Pitch quality was very good, and so was the surround sound on Deep Impact. Hope Survives, Oceans Rise, Cities Fall. Great. Very enjoyable. Absolutely shart. Roland Emmerich, we think. Godzilla. Nice shape though. Here we go, Paul Verhoeven, deluxe widescreen presentation of Starship Troopers. So Johnny Rico looking pretty serious. Fucking Christ. PAL version of the Flintstones. I actually saw this at the cinema. Carl McLaughlin. Can't remember that. Oh shit, gotta add this to the rejects pile. Great though, Con Air. Horror sequel, Scream 2. Nice to find that. Very representative late 90s sci-fi shit. Soundtrack by Apollo 440, did I ever hit from this? Lost in Space. Again, these are all particularly beautiful. I mean, this movie, I haven't seen it in many years, but it's got that... It's got fucking Joey from Friends and that fucking annoying brat from Party of Five. Heather Graham. Fucking hell, that looks shit. Oh, very good. Harrison Ford. Air Force One. Pretty nifty. Was Eddie Murphy on the downward spiral here? What the fuck? I can't remember anything about this. Dr. Dolittle. Dude can talk to animals. Wildly entertaining, according to Gannett newspapers. The funniest movie of the year, according to NBC TV. Really? You'd be the judge of that. Now, we've actually got the NTSC versions of this separately that my friend Ben kindly delivered to me. So I don't know that we'll keep this because it's very nice. It would be a shame for me just to let it sit and rot. Although I don't think it'll be a rotter, but it's a very nice set of the Indiana Jones trilogy. Nice little box set, PAL version. Beautiful shape. I don't know if we keep that. I mean, I've got nothing against PAL discs. Some of them look really nice. Obviously, a lot of them don't have the discrete surround sound, but the PCM surround's usually okay. But I just fear that if my player's car kit, I'm really going to be wanting to get a nice NTSC player that won't play PAL discs, so I'll try to keep my PAL discs at a minimum. Not that you should do the same, but it is. You've got another one I've got rid of in the past, the American version. You know, who is it that released the discs where it's just got like a strip across the middle, where bookended by like coloured banners? I never liked the look of those discs, and Apollo 13 was one of those. But this is the PAL version, which it's got quite a sympathetic cover, not so bad. So we've got many versions of this. Not this version. I don't have a version with discrete surround sound audio, which I believe this is a Dolby Digital release of, and possibly the theatrical cut. Judgment Day. Not going to get rid of that, are we? Here you go, Tom Hanks classic. I know some people say this is a little bit insipid. I've always enjoyed it. You know, anything to do with like Vietnam. Forrest Gump. Weirdly, the Laserdisc database, one of the comments on there states that the AC3 discrete digital on this is horrendously shit. And you're better off using the PCM stereo? We'll see. Probably doesn't make much of a difference, who cares? Here we go. Classic 90s. I can't remember what this is like, I have to give it a spin up. The Relic. This couldn't be more 90s if you tried. Ryan Phillippe. Do you know what it is yet? It's not the prequel to Red Manchester. What was that shit he was in? You could put it anywhere. You know. Jennifer Love Hewitt. Sarah Michelle Gellar. Ryan Phillippe. Freddie Prinze Jr. in I Know What You Did Last Summer. So here's a perfect example of what we were talking about earlier. So Similar movies coming out. Disaster movies were big. Deep Impact is enjoyable. Reasonably well observed. This is absolutely shit. Armageddon. I mean, I imagine surround sound on this is pretty good, but I went to the cinema to watch this. It is... fuck's sake. It's rubbish. It's disgusting. That fucking Aerosmith song! Fuck's sake! It's horrendous. Oh, fucking hell. Piece of shit. Right. Ah, pretty groovy. I haven't seen it. I think I watched this many times when I was a teen. I haven't seen it in years, so I'd be interested in fire this back up. Includes exclusive history of, and also apparently spectacular, thrilling, action-packed, and a triumph. Say Playboy. The Crow. Baz Luhrmann. This one's probably for the dumping ground as well. Romeo and Juliet. Never like that. Walt Disney Masterpiece. Well, according to the front jacket. Hercules. Now, animation is something that usually looks pretty good on Laserdisc. The Lion King we've got looks good. Even the CG of Toy Story. So that'll probably be a keeper. I'm not familiar with this. Give it a go. There we go. More 90s horror. What? Sci-fi horror. Josh Brolin in this one? Mira Sorvino. What happens over there? No idea. Mimic. Oh, and something that was a good surprise that I wasn't aware it was in this. I mean, I only had pictures of 5 little discs, so I had no idea what it was going to be. But yeah, all very much of its time, and pretty cool here to have widescreen Laserdisc. Jamie Lee Curtis, 20 years later. Halloween H2O. Might fire this up in a bit, actually. This is in fantastic condition. They're fucking untouched. Loving it. And, we knew this was in here, but I thought, for some reason, I don't have any of these on Laserdisc, and people may question, if you got the Blu-rays, the DVDs, why would you get it on Laserdisc? Well, why the fuck would you not? Maybe not the best in the franchise, but enjoyable nonetheless. Alien Resurrection. Pretty cool. So Sigourney Weaver, this character Ellen Ripley, comes back as a clone. You know, and she has an alien child, and its brains get sucked out through a window in space. It's all good. So that was a really pleasing collection. The guy was really cool as well. He really liked these discs. He was excited to be selling them to someone who was going to enjoy them as well, which was all the better. What a great transaction. He was, it was all cool. Great to have those. What a little boost as well to the collection. And a lot of movies to get through. I know they're not the, you could get these for £1 each on DVD, most of them. And some of those you probably wouldn't either, but, I mean, you wouldn't bother. But what are you going to do? So, until next time, laser fans, chill out.